Maiho is deceiving us. They showed us a beautiful angel, but what they are actually giving us is a full lecture of Christianity angelical mysticism that you need to read 3 books and 4 PhD theses just to understand what the actual hate they just want to say. But don't worry, your very educated bro is here. I'm Professor Z, a master's student in cultural studies, and here is philosophy and Zen lesson 0. Okay, let's start with the peak of iceberg. Who is and what she is doing? First of all, her age is a big mystery. The only thing we know is that she was in New Eredo from 100 years ago. She was part of the original generation of void hunters and she made the Guinness record. She pushed back the dark wall for 37 kilometers. But the fact is, we do not know more than this. The last thing we know is that she once lost her very special weapon, Thamiel, in the Purisans Hollow, and after that actually we do not know how much, she got frozen in time until now. Somehow she was unfrozen in the present day. How, we don't know. Maybe someone gave her a nitro fuel or Neurido espresso, I don't know, but it worked. After she woke up from 100 years asleep, the first thing she done was trying to murder the creator of Bangbu and ruler of Ruscalifer, Sunbringer. Why, we still don't know. But she wants to bring back her weapon, Thamiel, and for that she needs to repair her W engine. That's exactly when Phaethons meets her. And we know it will be a long chase between Phaethons and her. Wow, what a story. But we just started. This is not the first time we are meeting an angel-like fighter in MyHoYo games. Before Remiella we had Alicia that was an angel too, and the resemblance between them is so fun. In Honkai Star Rail we had Robin and her brother Sunday, which their design and ambitions were actually super cool. But why is Remiella's design so unique? Simple. This time they created a lore-accurate angel. Remiella has the most faithful design to traditional Christian angels. Let me explain. Let's start with her name. Remiella's name is coming from the book of Enoch, one of the apocalyptic books of ancient Jews. This book was described by Methuselah, the father of Noah, and it's about the origin of demons, angels, and most importantly, Nephilims, the half-human, half-angel beings. You can see movies like Noah 2013 to understand some parts of this book. Her name derives from Ramiel, one of the 19 angels that rebelled against God and created Nephilims. He was a watcher and his name means God has thundered or the thunder of God. First, you can see how uniquely they added watcher parts to her design. In Bible, angels are not like humans, they are more like big eyes with wings. But this game is about humans. But instead of adding big eyes to her design, they added motor jets that looks like eyes to her wings. Second, to make her lore accurate to the Bible, they created 6 wings. Here, 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 and here. Because in Bible the difference between angels is by their number of wings. Ramiel was the seraphim, so he had 6 wings, and they actually adapted it to her design. Third, the fun part is she has a new attribute that is not electricity and it's lumiflux. It comes from the word lumen that means luminate, and in Christian mythology it means divine light. If you look at her attack, you can see how she does combos with her wing and lightning-like attacks, which it makes her more lore accurate. This time, MyHo researchers actually cooked. Now they can recite Bible in Chinese, Japanese, or even Bangbuese. But we are just at the middle of the road. Let's dig deeper and talk about her faction, Covenant of Dayat, where we have to talk about one of the most mysterious Christian occults, Kabbalah. Remiella's faction is the Covenant of Dayat. Dayat comes from the Hebrew word da'at, meaning knowledge. It comes from the root verb yada, meaning to know. This word is coming from Kabbalah, a Jewish mysticism that explored the structure of God, creation, and how human souls work through a tree of life with knowledge that are known as a Sephiroth. Fun fact: Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII is using the same concept for its symbolism. Kabbalah is one of the most repetitive motifs in all Final Fantasy games. That is unifying bridge in this tree that connects divine to humanity. So, the covenant of Dayat is the covenant that somehow connects the unknown gods of New Erido to humans. Do you think we have digged enough? Correct, but let's jump straight to the abyss. Her weapon, Thamiel. This is the last weapon of Remiele, a weapon that now is owned by the mayor of Ruskalfer, Sunbringer. It's a spear with 4 wings, cute, huh? But it's where everything turns upside down. Thamiel is coming from a book that is known as Qliphoth, the exact opposite side of Sephiroth, Tree of Light and Life. Thamiel means twins of God, the crown of Qliphoth that can split the world into light and darkness. In game lore, it seems that Thamiel was the weapon who could make a distance between Hollow and our world, but it has another meaning. At the bottom of this darkness lies a profound twist. Light is actually the darkness. Qliphoth philosophy begins with reversal. The sun is not what illuminates the world, it is what blocks us from reaching the true light. This idea originates in Gnostic interpretations of Christianity, when they interpreted that the God in the Old Testimony is different from the God in the Bible. The cruel God in the Old Testimony is Demiurge, an architecture, who created everything with the force of God, but become evil and enslaved the humanity to serve him and blocking them from reaching the real God. That is precisely what Sunbringer represents in the story arc, a false god who stole Remiele's crown and weapon and pretending to be their true hero. Finally, the lore is over. Personally, I believe Zenless Zero has one of the deepest stories in the history of video games. But because of weird marketing, which is focused a lot on fanservice, people always understand this game as a gooner game, not as a piece of literature. But don't worry, here is my channel, when we want to prove that ZZZ is more than goon, it's beautiful and cultural.